90% of children play games. But people often worry that games are a waste.
Noob Master, hey, it's Thor again. You know, the God of Thunder? Listen, buddy, if you don't log off...
I've had my share of issues in life. I've done things that I never thought I'd do. I've had excesses that I never thought I'd excess.
What are you doing, Jeff?
Eating cereal with my clothes off.
Why?
But I always felt like video games were like an accent to these things, a helpful thing when I felt stressed, when I felt depressed, when I felt particularly mentally out to brunch. I use games. Gaming is good for mental health. Every gamer knows this. Gaming is good for mental health.
If you were to take away a child's books or Legos, you're not likely to get a reaction like this.
My mental health issues started manifesting when I was a kid. That's when it started. I have schizoaffective disorder now as an adult, which is a form of schizophrenia. But back then it was mostly like depression, bipolar type symptoms, okay? They started young for me, and video games were a way that helped me cope. I didn't have many friends growing up, especially when I was in grade school. Kind of, you know, when I was in high school, it got a little bit better. And then when I was in college, I met my wife and I met all sorts of new people, and, you know. But even once I was in my 20s, gaming was still the thing that I turn to de-stressify. Like I said, like it helps me get a grip on reality. It helps me get a grip on reality by disappearing into other realities. I can kind of lay down my troubles for a little bit and just kind of disappear into another realm and kind of be some kind of badass warrior or puzzle solver extraordinaire, you know, whatever it is. And so I've always kind of not really believed that mental health is affected negatively by video games. But that turns out not to be the case for everybody. The other thing about me that you need to know is I'm not much of a marathon gamer. I play in bursts, maybe like an hour or two, and then I can put it aside. That's just something I've always been able to do. Even when I was friendless and had nothing else to do, I still needed to always get on to the next activity to just kind of keep myself entertained. You know, it was lonely. It was I'm painting a wonderful, bucolic, wonderful lifestyle for myself when I was a child. But, you know, there are some people who just can't put the stuff down. And it turns out, according to studies, that's the group of people who are most at risk for mental health issues due to excess video game play.
Take this game, for instance, this one right here. This is Baldur's Gate 3. This is honestly, this is my wife's favorite game. She's put hundreds of hours in. I'm not even lying. She's put over 320 some hours into the PlayStation 5 version alone. We've also got it on Xbox. But here's the thing. I never worry that she's got a gaming addiction. She can sit in front of this console and play it hour after hour and love the heck out of it and drop it and go on to the next thing. But see, that's not everybody. Some people, like this study shows, or this study shows, some people can't let it go. Some people actually develop obsessions that withdraw them from life and withdraw them from their regular activities, regular life-giving things like going to school, going to work, going shopping, meeting people, having friendly discussions with people, non an online situation, going to coffee shops with people, meeting people of the gender that they are attracted to on a romantic level. You know what I'm saying? That's the case. So is gaming completely harmless for mental health? No, as it turns out, it's not.
Shouldn't you be at work?
I don't work on Mondays.
It's Thursday.
Truly, there is an X factor to the personality of someone who becomes addicted to gaming, first of all, or just who suffers from withdrawal from life, from the activities that kind of promote a general sense of well-being in people. Gaming is fine, you know what I mean? But this X factor, which is another way of saying kind of an addictive component, or as you might say in like addiction counseling, you have an addictive gene, right? Although the genetics on that are not super concrete. But the point being, if you recognize within yourself, okay, and this is kind of the important takeaway of most of this video, if I can make one impression on someone and out there that actually is worth a fnig, it's this. If you notice that you actually struggle with it a little bit, you know, especially when you're young, mom says to turn the game off and you're more than just a little pissed, you're a little bit more like this guy, right? do yourself a favor and investigate this now that you have seen this video, and investigate this about your personality. I would recommend counseling. I'm sorry, I just would. I have suffered from mental illness mostly my whole life, especially more serious forms here later in my life, though that I'm kind of in my 30s and 40s. No, I'm in my 40s. And I gotta say that counseling is the thing that has bailed me out more times than not. Professional help, counseling, medication, even if that's something that your doctor decides you could benefit from. Embrace those things to the point that it actually works for you. If you notice that you cannot put the games down so easily, if you notice that they cause you to withdraw from life, if you notice that you get depressed the more you play, not less, you may be a candidate for what I'm talking about here. Is gaming bad for mental health? It's completely reliant on the individual. That's the wash. So for me, no. Gaming has always been a beneficial thing, but again, I don't have that X factor. I don't have that addictive gene when it comes to video games. I can play for an hour and put it down. And even if I didn't, even when I was younger and I marathon gamed, I still could step out of the world and go back to my world, see? Don't lose yourself in this stuff. Just have a good time with it. Make it a hobby. Make it a passion. Make it a career. But don't lose yourself in it. Because there's just so much to enjoy in life, man. There's just so much windows on windows and raindrops on mouse faces.
The World Health Organization is now adding gaming disorder to their list of addictive activities, like substance abuse and gambling.
They call it a game, but the players are real.
The final thing I'd say is it may be best to avoid a one-size-fits-all approach in general to these things, you know? I've learned over the years, and this is just me, this is not backed up by data or any kind of anything other than my personal experience and my many, many years suffering from mental illness and trying to treat it. You just have to learn to adapt. You have to learn to do what works best for you, i.e. if games help you and be honest with yourself, then I don't know, man. I don't want to contradict any information people might be getting out there. Just know that my heart's in the right place when I tell you, game if you got it, and don't if it's a problem. And if you find that you don't have the life that you would like to have as far as the social situations, if you're older and as far as the income, or if you're still in school and it's as far as your grades are going, pump the brakes, kid.
Pump your brakes, kid. That man's a national treasure.
Pump the brakes on the video games and maybe take a look around. On the other hand, I can say that there were points in my life, especially in my adult life, when gaming, I had so much going on. If I hadn't had a video game to turn to, I would have been a mess. This is all I'm saying. It's a subtler argument than yes, no. Yes, no is a no. Yes.
Kevin Flynn, computer genius, searching for answers inside the system.
Hey, it's the big master control program.